Okay, well now that we went to the magic retcon room, that retconned this scene from Ground Zeroes, I think it's time to actually go back to Ground Zeroes and see all the other stuff it has. Because there's... we're not going to get
Every time you replay the mission, things get a little harder, and there's another bomb inside Paz.
Yep, yeah, that's... she's basically just a bomb now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, after you beat the story mission of Ground Zeroes, like I said earlier, I actually cut out a little bit from, like... Because it has, like... Ground Zeroes has a full Metal Gear credit sequence, like, with the timeline that always happens at the end and everything. But there's also this conversation at the end.
Cypher's been in hiding ever since his grand experiment. No one's seen him in years. All we hear are orders delivered by proxy. Except you. You met with him, face to face, in order to contact Big Boss. Tell me where he is. Where is Cypher? Where is Zero? I've never known choice. Where I was born, the language I speak, I've never had the freedom to choose for myself. But you, right now, are free. Do as you will.
This will save Big Boss.
It may.
Will you really kill Zero for me?
Not for you.
All right. Zero is...
And this is Skullface, right? I'm not
Yeah, this is
guessing wrong.
Skullface. Yeah, it's... I don't blame you if you don't remember what Skullface sounds like, because he's had, like, 4 lines so far. Metal Gear Solid 5 is weird because it holds a lot of things to its chest for a very long time, and, like, it takes a long time before it even feels like there's an actual villain, because Skullface just is, like, not in the picture, really, for a long time.
Our villain is the Soviet military, I'm pretty sure.
So far, it's just the Soviet military, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, after you beat the story mission, it unlocks a ton of side ops that are... They're like full missions, basically. They aren't like the side ops in Phantom Pain. So yeah, this is the actual start screen for Ground Zeroes. It changes depending on what mission you've beaten. Since we've beaten Ground Zeroes, he's all bloody. Also, you can zoom in on him. Wow.
Got your retro patch, got your old suit.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of missions, including 2 more that we haven't unlocked yet. Those are unlocked by getting all the XOF patches, which we'll be doing later. But for now, yeah, we'll go through the other missions here. These missions are weird because they have a story to them. You're still playing as Big Boss, but like when the mission starts, it always says a pseudo-historical recreation.
Yeah, because the first mission is actual literal history that definitely happened.
Boss, the mission objective is to eliminate 2 U.S. Marines officials. The pair were in Laos together, but retired after the U.S. withdrew its forces. They were a sniper spotter team. In country, they were known as Glaz and Palitz, the eye and the finger. I've sent VIs of the targets to your iDroid. Take a good look. Remember, boss, this is a sneaking mission. If you're detected, the targets are bound to take extra precautions. It's crucial that you eliminate the targets quickly and quietly. Do not let the enemy see you. Yeah,
it's a weird thing where it's like, it's non-canon, but like, some of the stuff does carry over, kind of. Yeah, if we pop open the iDroid, we can take a look at these guys.
I've sent the target's fields of movement to your iDroid. These are averages worked up from a study by the Intel team.
Oh, I'm familiar with their work.
Target A, Glaz, the eye. He was stationed in that prison camp before being sent to Laos. The place is their old haunt. That's Target B, Politz, the Finger. Apparently he's still finding uses for his skills, even now that he's out of the war. Those nicknames had nothing to do with their skills. It's because the two were less than human. No heart. Just an eye to find their prey and a finger to pull the trigger. Remember their faces.
Hadn't been in there for 6 months.
If you're not the gunner, you ain't seeing much of that place.
Couldn't believe it's still just an ordinary little lock on it.
Yeah, they're just giving little hints that there's some good weapons hidden in some places. But yeah, Glazin, Politz, for all these side ups and ground zeros, we're just going to be doing one take instead
No
of,
way.
2 or 3 or whatever.
Well, Snake hasn't had his own dissociative moment yet.
At least in these non-canonical events or whatever the hell.
Pseudo-historical, thank you very much.
Pseudo-historical recreations, yes. But yeah, with Glaz and Politz, they are just somewhere in those areas, and they're always moving around the base. Gotta be kind of stealthy to capture them, because if an alert does go off, they know somebody's after them, and like they will hop in jeeps and drive out of the map, and if they do, it's game over.
This job. The clients are KGB contacts from my Columbia days. Don't worry, they had nothing to do with Zadornov. They lost a lot of comrades to the Eye and the Finger. The NVA lost high-ranking staff too, but also their families, their children. To the east, the two were a reason to be afraid of the dark. Their extradition to face trial is even on the table in the peace talks. Now that they're out of Laos, the two are enjoying a relaxing vacation in a loophole, one surrounded by minefields and barbed wire. Even if the war ends, the East fears their return. For our clients, it will only truly be over when these two are dead.
And yeah, like most of the side ops in Ground Zeroes are also like kind of connected by their plot too, and it's basically all just continuing to be about either like U.S. war criminals or just about how Camp Omega's a fucking awful place that shouldn't exist. I kind of like it. I kind of like the little plot line to do with this, and I kind of almost wish that Phantom Pain was about this instead. But yeah, it's... Ground Zeroes is interesting just because, like, they had to make all this extra content so they could sell this as a separate game, because it sold for $40, not like 60. And like in some ways, I think Ground Zeroes is the better game, just because every mission is pretty varied and different from each other, and they have some cool secrets. And also Ground Zeroes, when we unlock the extra 2 missions, probably have some of the best like goofy like Easter eggs out of all of the Metal Gear games.
Nice. But Phantom Pain, there's just so much of it.
Phantom Pain has a lot of Easter eggs for sure, but it's...
I mean, just so much of everything. You've got your base building, you've got so many more weapons, you've got so many, so much more territory to cover.
Yeah, I think the reason why I've seen similar things expressed online too, like long after these games came out, that like people would go like, actually, yeah, I think Ground Zeroes was better. And I think it's just more like if Phantom Pain could have had the same focus on all of its missions that Ground Zeroes does, it probably would have been a better thing. But I mean, I understand that like the PsyOps in Phantom Pain have to be much more less focused because there's so many of them and the open world is so big. It just always makes it feel like, oh, Phantom Pain could have been even better. So it's like, even when the opinion of Phantom Pain online is a lot more like, like a lot of people rank it as like their least favorite Metal Gear and stuff, and I wouldn't go that far, because like we haven't even gotten to really any of the problems with the game yet. Like, the game, like any of the major things, it's something that's just hard to see without like seeing the whole game first. Also, there's one of Chico's tapes. Chico's tapes are spread throughout these other side ops. And yeah, when you collect them all, it leads you to the awful events that happened to Chico and Paz up to right before Ground Zeroes, the mission happens. Again, I don't know where I'm putting that update. We may have already listened to it. So, hey, if we already went through that stuff, boy, it sure was awful, huh?
Oh man, don't. That's bad foreshadowing. Don't do that to me. Let me have hope.
Yeah, it's just most of the tapes aren't that bad. It's just normal Metal Gear stuff. But there's 2 that just go too far, really.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold out hope that it's awful things compellingly done, and no, I'm a fool for thinking that.
There's a lot to unwrap with that stuff. But anyways, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about how I just used a smoke grenade to grab Glaz, I believe.
Glasnost and Perestroika, sure, whatever.
So yeah, this is another one of those things where it's like, hey, here's these awful war criminals, you need to kill them. Or you could hire them.
Roger that chopper request. It's headed your way now.
So yeah, we are going to do this mission by just extracting them.
Our clients will never rest well until they know these men are dead. So we put them in our brig for like 3 weeks, and they work for us now.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, if we wake this guy up, if you try to interrogate him, he only says like one thing. A phantom comes, and that's it.
Spit it out.
But yeah, if we, there's no base management or anything like that in Ground Zeroes, but if you extract these guys and then transfer your save file over to the Phantom Pain, you get these guys on Mother Base. Like they are still named Glaz and Politz, I believe. And I think they have pretty decent stats for the beginning of the game, and also I think they might have some good skills as well.
It sounds like they have good skills.
Yeah. And yeah, in that watchtower, inside of it is Politz. And yeah, if you set an alert off and it's like Politz is the one that you still have to get, he's like the harder one to get before he escapes, because he just like goes down a ladder and immediately jumps into a Jeep and just leaves. Although it's still possible to stop him when he's in the Jeep if you're able to like incapacitate the Jeep or knock him out. He's a really fast moving target, so it's hard to shoot him, but I've seen somebody did like a trick shot where it's like he was freaked out and he drove out of the gate in the Jeep, and he was just holding like a knocked out guard, and he just threw the guard at the Jeep and it knocked him out too. It's a little hard to reproduce, otherwise I would have done it. But
parallel thinking, that's the thing.
It's fun. It's great how many dumb ways you can just do this stuff. Also, when they made these, like, each side up takes place at a different time of day, just because, like, when they put this out, it was like, oh, we gotta show off the lighting for the Fox engine.
Right. I like that they put the spotter of the 2 in that big tower, like, I see you. All right.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about that, actually. Yeah. Also, one thing that makes, like, Ground Zero is a little bit easier as far as like handling the guards is that your tranq pistol just never ever runs out of silencer. I like a Phantom Pain where like it runs out after like 20 shots or something. And yeah, like the guard layouts and everything for every side up are completely different, and a lot of the guards have completely new like conversations, although most of them are just, going like, hey, bud, I heard a rocket launcher was put into this shed. Boy, I wish I could shoot that rocket launcher someday. I hear somebody left the door unlocked. All right, bud, see ya. Talk more about that rocket launcher in that shed over there later. Gotta hear more about it.
Everything looks so different in the daytime.
Right? It's really weird. When it's just like noon and like a little overcast, it's so strange.
I will say you look ridiculous in that outfit.
Yeah, the sneaking suits just look so weird during the daytime.
One of the many ways Big Boss is like Batman.
Yeah. At least Big Boss can turn his neck, though. Alright. Slowly coming down the ladder. Whoops.
Nice.
Bit of an odd angle to shoot him from. But, whoops. Well, okay. Oh no, there's a sign in your face and everything.
What the?
Alright, deal with these guys real quick. But hey, that Jeep that he usually uses to escape, it's right here, so, just toss him in the Jeep.
And Jeeps are our friend. Jeeps are the friend of 1/3 of us.
You're extracting the target? I guess you can either stick him on the chopper or move him outside the mission area by land.
Also, again, like I said, only Ground Zeroes had Harry Gregson Williams doing the music for it, but, I really wish he had done Phantom Pain. Like, Phantom Pain has a pretty good soundtrack, but the alert music and stuff in Ground Zeroes is like some of the best from all the games, and I wish he had continued to do more of the music, but oh well.
This dude is not gonna want to work for you unless you can, unless you got a really good story for why he's so bruised and broken when he wakes up.
Yeah. Also, I love that, like, you know, the Jeep has taken some heavy damage, and it wasn't from the gunshots, it was from me just letting it run into the gate. Like, just it slamming to that gate was enough to set it smoking. He's asleep. We probably should have buckled him in, but
That's all right.
Big Boss doesn't know about safety.
R&D hasn't invented the seatbelt yet.
Yeah. It's gonna be years before they get around to that. But yeah, since we can't Fulton in Ground Zeroes and like we didn't call the helicopter, we can also just extract him by just leaving. Bye.
Bye. You're in Cuba now. They can't do shit.
Yeah, I just want to imagine him just driving down like a little town with a smoking Jeep and a passed out dude in the back seat.
Hey, anybody want a Jeep? Don't tell anybody where you got it, kids.
We searched the 2 targets you recovered. One of them had a glass eye, the other a prosthetic index finger. Looks like all the therapy and drugs couldn't help them forget the war. They resorted to self-mutilation. But you can't cut off your name. Just like us. They were human.
So yeah, you get different, a little different ending depending on whether or not you kill them or extract them. And I love that, like, the beginning mission, Miller's like, they're cultists because they're not even human. And then you bring him back, it's like, actually, these guys aren't that bad. They felt bad about it, maybe. Or maybe, you know, they're just fucked up and took out an eye and a finger or something. But nah, they work for us. They're cool now. I don't know why I stood in this menu for so long, but anyways. The next one is Intel Operative Rescue. This one's pretty fun. It's a rail shooter.
Looking forward to our serious ethical dilemma here.
Oh, yeah.
We got a request for extraction from a member of the intel team who was working undercover at the prison. As you know, it's an enemy base. There's no time for the silent approach. Assault the base, secure the target, and get out of there. The target is our agent from the intel team. To say he's a critical VIP would be a massive understatement. Bring him home, boss. Got a visual? Negative. No sign of it. Are we too late? If he's caught,
So to get in, I'm going for an S rank in this mission because it changes the ending a little bit.
Oh, well, I'll try not to distract you.
To get an S rank, you just have to not kill very many people, which means you have to use this
Whoa.
like
The Phantom forklift.
Oh yeah, that forklift just pops in real fast.
From the target. Patch it through. This is Warpo. Go ahead.
Also, an Easter egg. There's a Moai head here, like in Metal Gear Solid 1, and also the Moai heads were in Gradius. You can actually shoot them and blow them up, and it starts a secret trial to see how quickly you can destroy all the Moai heads. And also the sound effect that gets played. Also, here's another Moai head. It's really hard to shoot. That Moai, anytime you shoot a Moai head, the sound it makes when you destroy it is a sound from Gradius. But yeah, to get an S rank, you can't kill very many people, so I had to use this pistol that fires non-lethal rounds, like rubber bullets or something. It's a little difficult because its shots drop off really fast, and also when you're in a moving helicopter, you have to lead your shots a lot. This is a pretty fun mission, though. It's pretty quick to run, and there are leaderboards like just for this mission too, and like how quickly you take everybody out and all that.
A vehicle. Did he steal that from the enemy? Not bad. Come on! Take out those hostiles.
Another Moai head in the cell where Chico was.
Is that?
Yeah, there's some dudes you want to prioritize over others because they have rocket launchers.
All hostiles down. Touchdown is a no-go. Rendezvous at the helipad. Can you make it to the helipad? Roger that. Request escort.
Also, a weird quirk in Ground Zeroes. If you kill somebody by shooting explosive barrel, it doesn't count as a kill. Technically, the barrel killed them, I guess.
I'm good to drive. Just cover me.
Who could it be?
I've secured the cassette tape. We're heading to the boss.
This mystery man.
What's so important on this cassette tape? Is it like the new Blondie album? Because then I'd understand.
I actually think it's another one of Chico's tapes. Like, these guys, not all of them are really a big threat to the guy in the Jeep. Because some of them just, like, leave once he, like, drives past them. Probably the biggest threat to him are trucks. Because, like, if I didn't take this guy out, the truck backs up and then starts driving towards him. And, like, as long as the truck is driving towards him, his Jeep is slowly taking damage over time. And if he's just, like, exposed to the truck for too long, he blows up. That also happens later with a Jeep that'll chase him. Where it's just like, this Jeep has been touching my Jeep for too long, I'm gonna blow up.
You handle that vehicle like a pro. I'd expect nothing less.
And also, guys you've knocked out who, like, fall over railings and fall to their death, that also doesn't count as a kill. There's a rail kill. The rail did it.
One of the many ways that Solid Snake is... One of the many ways that Big Boss is like Batman, yes.
Yeah.
Really just skirting the definition of a kill.
Yeah. The bullet did it, not me.
Yeah.
And also the rifle we have has a grenade launcher on it, which is basically how I've been taking out most of the Moai heads because they're just a little too hard to shoot, most of them. Gotta blow them up.
That's punched a hole in their defenses.
And it's still possible to get guys from really far away with this pistol. You just have to lead it right.
You're letting your buddy get way ahead of you. Okay, there we go.
I do like that the videos that we're using for doing commentary on have a lower bitrate on them, and I love that on the gray concrete, some of the soldiers from really far away are just invisible.
Yeah.
They just blur, they just completely blend in with the ground. Also with this pistol, as long as it's not like tons of guys right in a row, it's best to like reload after every single shot just because it takes so long to reload with it.
Right.
Look through your scope to target enemies from a distance.
Look from the scope on your rubber bullet revolver.
No can do. So the other Moai head is very hard to see. It's inside the watchtower. Whoa. Gotta do another shot, though. It's really hard to see. Like, you can only spot it, like, if you're looking through your scope, really.
It's a good thing they have that confirmation chime, then.
Yeah.
Clear. Touching down. Boss, disembark and get the target.
Also, I like if you look over there, you see the guy spawn in. And also, the final Moai head that's really sneaky, it's over there.
Oh, you jerk.
You can't actually get into that area. Like, there's a small opportunity where you can, but it's so small, it's, like, really hard to do that. So it's just easier to just look all the way to the side in the helicopter.
Good. No obvious injuries, right?
He's fine, don't worry. He'll live to make Death Stranding, I think.
Yeah. He's fine, but for some reason the tears will not stop falling.
Boss, taking up that vehicle is priority 1.
Wait, he's telling me it's allergies. Never mind, folks, it's
okay.
allergies.
Kojima's just, like, slowly bleeding out, and, like, when you're trying to lift him to the helicopter, he just, like, reaches into a pocket, and his hand's just shaking, and he's just, like, got a picture of Norman Reedus, and just tell him I love him.
Alright, you did it. You rescued God.
I rescued God, yeah.
Yeah.
He's fine. The man who is 70% movies.
Take out any pursuers. It's all up to you, boss.
I do enjoy that they kept the supposed canon going along of how Kojima is an Intel member.
Contact, 10 o'clock! Is that? Breaking to evade! They're still coming. Make him regret it, boss.
Okay, I'll knock out this helicopter with my rubber bullets.
Yeah.
There is a guy in there with a rocket launcher, though. It's totally possible to knock him out from this range. It's just so fucking hard. It's so hard to like predict where you need to be shooting for this. I mean, I tried a couple times, but you just gotta wait for the helicopter to get really close to you.
You could try shooting with something else, just
I
just
could,
a thought.
but the S rank, man. Gotta get that S rank.
Calm down and focus.
So yeah, even when he's this close, you still have to lead your shot a decent amount. There you go.
Oh.
I don't think that counts as a kill either.
Look, is your name Gravity? You can't be held accountable for all this.
Yeah. Bringing up with the guy who invented gravity, genius. That's the man who killed him, not me.
We're leaving hot zone. Returning to base. Confirmed. The target is safe.
Snake.
That was perfect.
That's what he says with Fern S rank. Otherwise, he says something like, "What took you so long?" or something like that. But yeah, there you go. We rescued Kojima. He put himself in a cutscene and everything. I love it.
And only one person had to die.
And
Technically.
only one person had to die, technically. Oh, man. And yeah, Kojima had one of Chico's tapes on him.
The first one.
Yeah. Starring Hideo Kojima
As
as himself. Incredible. I hope this becomes a trend with him where he's always in all of his games somewhere, like Stan Lee in the Marvel movies or something.
Mm-hmm. I was going to go with Hitchcock, but sure, Stan Lee, why not? Fine, cool.